Good morning. Today we are doing something with cables on a door. I was told that we're putting on cables on a smaller door, which means the cables are either broken, the cables are either needing to be replaced, or the cables came off the door by them closing the door on something. So we will figure that out. It's quite a far drive today. I think it's like 45 minutes. So I have a drive ahead of me, so I will see you guys on the job site. Alrighty, so what we have is, I guess this door got stuck in the air, so we had to put the cables back on and bring it down. So the tension on the springs is wrong, the cables are bad, so we're replacing both cables. So it should be pretty simple. It's a real small door, but yeah, so I guess that's the plan. So I'm gonna have to take tension off the springs, or I'm gonna plug them, take the cables off, and then we will be good. So I will start with taking tension off the springs. Like I said, this is all smaller stuff, so it's no big deal. I don't know why it would have lost tension. We didn't install this door, but it is new. I'm gonna take the tension off, but nothing's gonna move still, because there's gonna be tension on the operator's gonna be holding it up, like so. But these are grabbing for some reason. I don't want these to grab. There we go. All right, so that's tension off of one. There we go. So should just be able to pull this, and then tension is off.
Actually a good race yesterday.
I know, it was. Finally.
It only took like 8, I guess.
Overtake? What do you mean? Undercutting?
Yeah, I think so.
Got my cable. Alrighty, so let's make some cables. First, I'm gonna make this about the same size because they're going on top of each other. I like to make it a little bigger at the beginning, right? Because when you crimp them, they get smaller. You don't want that going anywhere. So now, that's not gonna go anywhere. Now, put it on my newly created device. Right there. Put my gloves on because I don't want to get pricked. Alrighty, now that I got my writing utensil, I'm going to fully extend this guy. Now I just measure like this. I'm gonna make my line right there. So I made my line. Now I'm gonna double check. That's almost pretty much money. I'm gonna check it a third time. Yep. I am happy with that. So all I need to do now is find my little green line. Where the heck did that go? Oh. And cut at my green line. See? Bang! And now I just broke it in half. Look at it. Right there. I'm gonna crimp this. We should be money on this one. Now I'll make the second cable and get back to you guys. So we have the cables made up. We're inside again. So I'm gonna get this left one on, bring it up to about the top roller. Then I'm gonna come back down, move the whole door over because this one's kind of jammed in there in the bottom down there. Move the whole door over, get that one up, get the cables back on, then we're gonna have to figure out how much tension needs to go on these springs, because right now we have no clue. So when we get there, I'll show you how to do that. But let me get this cable on there. All I need is a screwdriver. Oh, okay, got it. I got it. Had it covered. Never even worried. Oh, almost got attacked. And then just wrap it around here. Do a little bit of this. Tie it up a little bit so it doesn't fall. So, this cable is supposed to have this is the monitor for it, right? When we got here, I guess, the cable was like spooled a lot, so the cables weren't on, and that shouldn't happen. This tells the operator if there's no tension on the cable, and the door should stop instantly. But this time it didn't. It was running without the cable on it. That's because this thing wasn't engaging, right? See, there's this little mechanism in here. But when we got here, it's not activating because when they installed this, they didn't install it high enough, and it was resting on this. So when it rests on this, it's not touching the sensor. So it needs to go more, and then it clicks. But when it's resting on this, it doesn't click. Door was reading that the cable still had tension on it, and it didn't, so it ran, and the cable's all spooled up. And that was the big issue. So, obviously we didn't install this, but we have to fix it. I'm gonna get tension on the door first. Start with the left side always. You get this part behind the drum into this little slot. Now I'm going to pull with the vice grip, put it on the wall. So now this cable is set pretty taut. It's not as taut as it would be if it has spring tension on it, but this is just to set the cable in place. So I'm gonna put it behind the sensor, even though the sensor right now is not working, but it will be. Now, I blew this. I totally and utterly blew it. You stay right there. Now we're handling it. Oh. That's so sad. All right, put the cable behind. Now, that's on the wrong side of this though. All right, we use it by hand to make sure they're the same length. They're nice and tight like the other one. Okie dokie. Oh no, I just need to put tension on the door. Now I'm gonna add 2 lines to each side because I was told that it was heavy, and they didn't mark the spring, so now we don't know how many lines are on this thing, unless they did. No, this is not 2 lines. It's decently close. It's not terrible. All right, that should be good. Now I'm going to pull this out, bring it this way, go smack, stretch the spring so it doesn't bind on itself. That's the reason you hit them like that. And 1, 2. Now I am confident it'll stay. All right, that spring's going nowhere. All right, I'm confident with that one as well. We'll see how heavy it is. If it is heavy, maybe it's light. Nope, it's not coming off the ground. Let's see if it goes up. It's still heavy. So I just put more tension on it, and when I was checking the springs, the door was actually lifting, so we might be okay. So I can pick up the door, but it's still heavy, So I'm gonna add another wind and see if that fixes it. I don't know if the shaft is bent because that drum is very, very sideways. So I'm gonna take the tension off after I get the balance correctly, or maybe I'll do that right now. I'm gonna try to push both out as far as I can. I thought I did, but for some reason it doesn't look like I did. Maybe I forgot to do that. I could have easily forgot to, but I need to. So I'm gonna undo both the drums after I take the tension off the door, and I'm gonna have to reset the cables.
How's the tension?
I added 2.5. No, I added 2, and then I added 2 and 1.5. It's still heavy, so I'm gonna add like another 1, and then it should be okay. I'm gonna get the tension on the door, and should be good. Here on my chest, but the rest of my chest is not burnt.
That'll work.
All right, that's off.
Yeah, just take like a punch and a hammer.
2 things I don't have,
Here, let me go get them.
but I have
Do you have
this
a
and a
concrete
vice
pole?
grip.
Oh, that. Oh, that's easy. Okay.
Go up.
Yep.
Whole operator because of the shaft. It's going in circles.
See if we can just get that. There.
Alrighty, so we got that all set up. Limits are set. Door runs. Operator's pretty smooth. We're gonna let them know about the shaft. Shaft is bent. One thing we always do for every person or every client is we go over the whole door, tighten all the hinges, lube the hinges as well, lube the track. Usually we would tighten everything up top, but I did that actually, so I won't have to make sure anything up there is tight. I'm just gonna lubricate everything. I'll make sure the set screws on the operator are tight, and then I want to make sure that the anchor on the operator is tight because it seemed like it was moving a bit. So just some small things, but yeah, other than that, we should be good. So I'm gonna replace that hinge over here. If you can see, I'll bring you with. If you can see, this 3 is visibly bent, right? So this is obviously bent to me, so I'm wanting to replace this to make sure that all the hardware is good. This is a brand new door, so nothing should be bent, but sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. But that's why we're here to fix it. So alright, all that stuff is good on that side. Alrighty, we are just finishing up. Just going to lube everything up on the door and then throw or tighten those set screws up there and tighten that operator. Other than that, everything went smooth. Just tedious, but we got it done. Door's working. That sensor works now, so that this won't be a problem again. And that's the main part. We don't want this to happen again. So that is why we're here. Just gonna have to pack up my truck and then I am good to go. Just gotta get something signed. So I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you in the next one.